doesn't burn, it's not good for you. Hi friends, and welcome back to my YouTube. Welcome to my video. You are in my video. Welcome to my video. You are in my video. Okay, friends, welcome back. Today what we're going to be doing is we are going to be talking about my dislikes of 2019. I have quite a few here. I have a lot that were just kind of this year, not like that I like truly disliked, but weren't my favorite, you know, like I still use them, but they aren't my standout products, obviously. So if you missed my favorite products of 2019, I will link that down below, and I hope you guys like this video, so you know not what to spend your money on. So and first off, this eye look, if you're wondering where the video is, it's coming after this one. So I did it before, but it's coming after this video because I wanted to get this one up first since we're already a month into the year. So we're gonna talk about this today, and then the following week you'll see this. Well, no, it'll probably be a couple weeks after that because I have 2 Valentine's looks too. No, I have one. I have one that I recorded, so that'll be first. And then this one, maybe. Maybe? You tell me. You tell me what you want to see. Okay, starting off today, we're kind of going to go in the same order. Hold on. I'm just setting up a box down here because I actually just really need to get rid of some of this stuff because I'm not using it anyway, so I'm gonna like donate it and whatever. Oh, excuse me. Okay. So first up, we're gonna kind of work in the same order that I worked in last time, where we talk about the products in the order that I do them. So first up is primer. For primer, I don't really have a ton. I have 2 here, I think. Yeah, I have 2 here. The first one is something that we got in a BoxyCharm. This is the Milk Makeup Luminous Blur Stick. This thing is horrible. It like doesn't do anything. It wasn't like loomy. It didn't blur me. It just was like nothing. So, I mean, I'm glad that it came like in a box and I didn't spend my money on this, but at the same time, like, what a waste of my time. So again, that was the Milk Makeup Luminous Blur Stick. Next up is the Physicians Formula. This one I bought. It's the Physicians Formula Spotlight Illuminating Primer. This is what it looks like on the back of my hand. This one, I mean, yes, it's illuminating. You can tell that it's like shiny on the back of my hand, but almost like in a, I don't know, not in a good way, if that makes sense. Like, it didn't do anything under my makeup, and it didn't help anything, and it wasn't really luminous like through the foundation, and I just didn't like it. So next up, we're going to talk about foundations today, and I have a few here, and I have one that I'm on the fence about. So I'm going to start with that one. This is the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear Foundation. This one I'm on the fence about. I'm wearing it right now because I've been thinking about it, and like everybody loves it, and I think Kathleen Lights put this in her favorites video of 2019, and so I pulled it out and tried it again today, and I don't think it looks terrible. I don't know if it's just when I was starting out doing makeup, I maybe quite didn't know how to work with my skin and products that are a little more finicky. But as I mentioned in my last video in my favorite products, my NARS Radiant Longwear Foundation is also finicky and kind of on the same lines of this, so I wondered, I'm gonna try it putting it on the same way that I would use it with my NARS foundation, and see if I can get this one to like fully work for me. Yeah, I just felt like it didn't look that great on my skin after a full day wear. So also the fragrance in it is kind of a lot. It's like a rose smelling kind of whatever. So yeah, so I'm on the fence about this one. I'm giving it another shot, but like I said, if it doesn't give me what I want it to in the next few tries, I'm just gonna toss this one. It's not worth it to me to keep trying it and like going to work and having terrible foundation all day long. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not about that life. I don't want to live like that. So there's that. Next up is the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. You guys, this foundation is hella expensive. It's like $68 for this bottle, and I expected a lot from $68. And this gave me none of it. So I don't know if there's still a little bit here. The color was fine. However, the coverage was like, where's the coverage? If I'm paying $68 for a foundation, I want there to be coverage. It says it's a foundation. It doesn't say it's a BB cream, doesn't say it's a CC cream, not a tinted moisturizer. Like, no. Not gonna spend $68 on that one again. Next up, I have the Physicians Formula. This is the Healthy Foundation, Brightening Complex, whatever. The coverage on this is fine. The formula is fine. But this is their lightest shade. I'm sorry. When could I ever? Lightest shade? Really? Physicians Formula? Really? Very disappointing. And it's LC1. And I don't, yeah. So I'm assuming LC1 would probably be light, cool 1. And this isn't even like a cool based foundation. Like, wait, where did they think that was even okay? It's not. I like that it has SPF. I like the coverage. I thought it wore well throughout the day. Like, kept me looking healthy. Obviously, that's the whole thing. But no, I can't wear this even in my darkest shades during the summer. No. Next up are foundation sticks. This is the Milani Conceal and Perfect Foundation Stick. It's in shade 200 Porcelain. Shade match is fine and everything. I just didn't find that it wore well throughout the day. And kind of broke down on me, and I don't know if it's just because I'm more of a drier skin person, that this foundation stick just really didn't wear well over the top of my skin. So I don't know, maybe if you had oily skin it would be okay, but just for me, it's not it. Next up we have powders. The first one is, man, I have a lot of these in here. This is my third time ragging on Physicians Formula because, wow. This is in Translucent Light. This is their loose powder, and it also has like an SPF in it, which is cool, but this is their light shade. I'm not sure if that's gonna pick up on camera. This is their light shade. Where? When? When has this ever been a translucent light shade of powder? Ever. It's mind-numbing is what that is. Yeah, no. Next up is this came in a boxy charm. This is the Becca Hydra Mist Set and Refresh powder. This powder just isn't quite light enough either. It looks like it would be in here, but when I pick it up on a sponge and put it on my under eyes, it darkens considerably. Too dark for me to wear under my under eyes and doesn't keep my makeup set, to be honest. I have really bad smile lines, and that's that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But if my powder can't keep my smile lines somewhat in check, I'm not going to use it. So that's a no from me as well. That's what powder is supposed to do. Keep things in check. No? Okay. Last but not least for powders is the Jeffree Star powder. This is the Jeffree Star, I think it's the Magic Star setting powder or something like that. This is in the shade Rose, which I gotta give him credit. The shades, wow, did a good job on that. He has a translucent, he has this rose color, he has like 5, 7 other ones, right? Which is great. I love that. But I can't get over how messy this product is, or like how it's so finely milled that you inhale every waft of it when you use it, and how messy this packaging is. This is ridiculous packaging. I don't know, because what it does is it gets stuck when you turn it, and then, oh, I just wanted to like show it, and then it goes freaking everywhere. And the scent of it, it's like a cotton candy scent. No. Nope. This is the Tarte's Pro Glow palette. I was so excited to receive this, you guys. I got it in a, I think in a BoxyCharm. But it's not good. Yeah, I don't have anything to say about that. It's just like these are not, like, where's the shimmer? I want a highlight. The blushes, you really have to dig into them to get the product out of them, and I mean, I would rather have that than have it be too pigmented, but when I'm digging and digging and digging and still not getting product, not worth my time. And this is definitely too warm for me too, so just kind of a bummer, because I mean, it's like a neat idea, it's all in one and you just like pack it and go, but for blush, I have this other blush. This is the ColourPop Super Shock Cheek in Prenup. There's nothing wrong with this color. I just find that it's hard to apply because it's more of it's supposed to be cream to powder, but it's definitely more of a cream product. And so it just doesn't wear that well over top of other powders. I don't know if they've improved that because it's been quite a while since I bought this one. But I have tons of other blushes I'd rather wear than this one. Okay, for highlight, I have 3. First up is, you guys have already heard me rant about, that's this Ciate London Dewy Stick. This is like if glue and if oil had a baby. That's what that would be. No, this formula is horrid. It's actually atrocious. I'm not putting that on my face or anywhere on my body ever, except for my hand now. So you guys have already heard me rant about that. If you want to see it more in depth, I do a Boxy versus Ipsy video where I rant about that. So next up is this is the Trustique. Came in like this, looks like a little pencil eraser or pencil top, but it's a Trustique all over Starlight powder stick. This is an okay product. I mean, it works okay. It's a little bit powdery for my taste, and it's not really a color I would wear, but the packaging makes it really hard to get to, and you kind of have to use a lot of it. So I just, I have 1,000 other highlighters I'd rather wear. Next up, I am disappointed by, because this was one of my first Jeffree Star highlighters that I bought, actually. This is the Jeffree Star Supreme Frost in Snow Globe, and it is straight glitter, which, you know, isn't like the end of the world, but when I'm like trying to put it on me and it's nothing but glitter and it's going everywhere, I'm not sure if it's gonna pick up, but I just, It's full on glitter. I think this would be cute. Like, I'll probably keep this one versus the others because I could use it like as an eye topper over eyeshadow. But that's the only use I can find out of that one. It is what it is. That one's kind of eh. It's like eh. Not quite eh. Next up, I'm going to talk about this. This came in a BoxyCharm as well. Wow, we're on a roll here. This is the BoxyCharms. It's the Brow Bar little brow kit here, and it comes with like, is this like a concealer? Yeah, so concealer and then like 2 shadows for filling in your brows that are like powder, and then it comes with I think this is a brow gel or just a spoolie. I'm not sure. I think there's supposed to be brow gel in here. I think that's what that is. Yeah. And then like a clear brow gel and this little doodah that comes in it for you to fill in your brows with, which I would never use if I was going to do that. But the problem I have with this is, does this look like this matches my eyebrow shade? I wear dark brown. A cool tone dark brown. This is warm and very light. It looked red when I put it in my eyebrows. I'm like, no, never. Never ever gonna use that one. Okay. Okay, next up we have a couple just random things. This came in like a monthly box that it was a semi-sweet eye crayon, it says. I'm never gonna use this shit. Look how dry this is. Maybe if I wanted to look like I smudged a turd on my eye. I don't think so. Bye. And that was in just semi-sweet, apparently. Also, look how fat this thing is. There's no way to get any precision from that. No. Stop making these. Next up is this eyeliner. Nope, that's the wrong one. Sorry. I don't know where my eyeliner for that one is. But it's similar to this one. This one's Luna by Luna, but the one I'm thinking of was a purple one from Hollywood and Vine that was also a wood pencil eyeliner, which doesn't make any sense because 1, thank you for trying to give me splinters. 2, you're not a very creamy product and I have to run it along my waterline. I don't think so. It was horrible. Okay, next is this, oh, it's also a Ciate London product. This is the Eye Luster Cream Eyeshadow, and it's, here, I'll put it over here. When you like swatch it out, it looks like pretty nice, right? It's like blinding and whatever. But it's like slippy, so it kind of, like if you wanted to put more on, it like slides around. And also it dries down in about 2.5 seconds, and then you can't do anything with it. So next up, I'm going to talk about some mascaras. This one was just kind of meh. It's alright. Big Ego mascara from Tarte. Came in a BoxyCharm. And it's just too dry of a formula. And this wand is freaking huge. Like, I'm gonna stab myself in the eyeball with that. Like, look how big this is compared to my eye. No. No. And then on top of that, once it dries down and you're wearing it throughout the day, it flakes off on you. So, not cute at all. This one, the formula itself is okay, but look how freaking huge this package is. And on top of that, they think you're going to use this to curl your eyelashes. Maybe if you wanted to lose all your eyelashes. No, don't ever use that. It's a terrible plan. The wand is nice though, and the product itself is okay. But this like takes up half your drawer. Next up is lips, I guess. This one I haven't even worn because I'll tell you why. It is so dry, and it's this is the Morphe lipstick Mega Matte Super Matte in Dominant, and it's like a pretty red shade, I'll give you that, but it's like, it's really dry, so it would be really hard to put on. And on top of that, no, I don't want a Mega Matte lipstick. So there's that. I actually don't have too many lip products that I hated this year. This one, I love the formula and love the Christmas cookie shade itself, but as you can see, it's got like the gap in here. So that packaging has been improved, but that's not this version. So unfortunately, my Christmas cookie dried out. Next up, this is actually a ColourPop Ultra Matte Lip in the shade Midi. The shade is pretty and stuff, but I just personally don't like ultra matte lips, and this one is very drying, even for a matte. So yeah, I never wear it, so there's that. Next up is, this is the NYX Powder Puff Lippy in the shade Crushing Hard, and it's, as you can tell, it's like a bright orange, but this powder to cream thing is weird, and it makes it very hard for the application, because you have to like press it up to get any product out, and then like apply it, and it just doesn't work. So cool idea, cool concept, cool lip color itself, but not very good execution, NYX. And then last up for lips are these two we got in an Ipsy box, Namaste All Day and Serene Queen from Jules Smith Beauty. These are lip glosses. The colors are pretty and whatnot, and the packaging is like fine, but they are very thick and very sticky, and I'm just not about that life. These are the two glosses right here. So the colors are really pretty, but the formula is atrocious. So first up was this CoverGirl True Naked Dazed palette. This is horrible. Don't even waste your like $5 on this. There's like no pigment, and I mean, it looks good when you like kind of swatch it, but when you actually go to apply it, they just oof, and very like chalky. So they look okay when you swatch them, but when you actually go to put them on your eye, okay. Next up is the Crown palette. This came in like a Yes Oh Yes box. It's just meh. Like, it's fine, but none of the colors like wowed me. None of the pigments wowed me. None of the mattes were like that great, so just meh. I don't know what I want to talk about next. I'm going to talk about this one because I'm not going to get rid of it. I just, and some of these I'm not going to get rid of just because the sentiment and some of the shadows are like fine. But this is the Huda Beauty Sapphire Obsessions palette. This palette's really pretty and the shimmers are really nice, but these like dark blue shadows are really hard to work with. Just like the pigment not staying on your eye, and like when you're blending it out, it's like disappearing. So the shimmers themselves are really nice, but like, I mean, My only other complaint about this packaging too is like with this small packaging, it's hard to get your brush into some of the shadows. So that's just like a personal complaint, not really a complaint. But those are like some of the shimmers. This is like a glitter topper silver shade, and then a couple of the turquoise and blue and dark blue. So the shimmers themselves, and like this lime green is pretty nice too. Like my hand, like what's happening here? I have like a towel down here, so I'm like trying to wipe my fingers off, but I need a makeup wipe. Next up, I'm going to talk about this Morphe palette. This is the 25A palette, and it's just like all neutral browns and everything. There's nothing that's like wrong with this palette, just I feel like they've come a lot better since this palette. So like at the time I bought this palette, this was like pretty good quality of eyeshadows, and now it's like it's pretty comparable to like drugstore stuff, so it's like do I really need this? No, I don't. But the shimmers weren't bad. Not like as wow as I'd want them. I mean, it looks like it, but when you go to like put it on your eye, they don't show up like that. So they swatch okay, but just on the eye itself. Next up, I'm going to talk about the infamous Morphe x Jaclyn Hill palette. I don't like this palette. It's big, it's bulky, the mattes are eh, the shimmers are eh. Like I said with the other Morphe palette, like Morphe's come a long way since this, and I just, as much controversy as there's been with Jaclyn Hill, I just feel like this could have been done better, even though they said they tried their hardest, if that makes sense. Yeah, I just don't really like it, so. Next up I'm going to talk about is, this is the Naked 3 palette. I've actually had this palette for quite a while, a very long time, but like this year I had given it another shot just because I was getting back into makeup and really trying to do looks and such with it. And these shadows are kind of hard to work with. I did like a dark smoky eye, which, you know, like obviously takes time and effort and whatever, but these were really hard to work with. And I just, again, since this palette has come out, the formulas have come such a longer way for such a cheaper price. You know, you can get a really good ColourPop palette and pay like $16 for it. So $54 for this is just, it's not worth it to me. And coming back and revisiting it, I was like, wow, okay, yeah, I see that. I won't get rid of that one because I mean, I love it sentimentally, so I'm gonna keep that one, but I just wanted to talk about how I came back to it, and it just really didn't wow me this year. Last up is the Zulu palette by Juvia's Place. I've heard so many good things about Juvia's Place, and maybe they're true, but out of this palette, the only shadow that really worked for me were these two. The shimmers are like okay, they're whatever, but the mattes, patchy, 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 and kind of patchy. And the yellow was great. So to keep this whole palette just for that yellow, probably not. I might depot it and keep it on the side because I do like a yellow shadow, but it's not worth it for me to keep all these shadows. Where's the other one I have? This is not the right version of it, but the Milani Make It Dewy spray. Oh, and the Tatcha one. Do I have the Tatcha one anymore? I think I decluttered those ones, but the Milani Make It Dewy spray and the Tatcha Luminous Silk spray are horrible. Straight oil on your face. And the Tatcha one, enraged by because it's very expensive. And for it to be just grease on my face, I think not. No, I was so mad and disappointed, and yeah, I would never, ever, ever encourage anyone to buy that. But the Milani one was like an affordable dupe to that, and it was also horrible. So don't spend your $10 on it, and don't spend your whatever dollars on the Tatcha one, because not worth it. But the last thing I want to talk about, I was kind of annoyed by, is the IGK, hold on, the IGK Invisible Dry Shampoos. I bought this little triple set because I wanted to try them, and they were supposed to be really good, and I just have not had any luck with them. I don't know, maybe I'm using too much product or something, but I just feel like they make my hair more greasy than it already was, and that's not cool. That's really gross, actually. So for me, I would not repurchase these. Also, keep in mind when you're ordering them from Sephora, I didn't know because they're aerosolized, they will not ship them today, free shipping. Like when I ordered them and had a Mother's Day present, and they didn't show up for another like 7 days, so that was cool. So keep that in mind. They suck and they'll take forever to ship. Wow, okay. I think that's it, friends. I've done enough ragging for today, so I think that's it. I'm just looking to make sure. Yeah, I think that's all the negative things I wanted to say today. So I hope you guys liked this video and found it enjoyable, and kind of found a few products maybe to avoid, because that's really what this is about. Like, we're spending our hard-earned money on this stuff, and if it doesn't work out, that's a huge bummer, and I don't want you guys to have to go through that. So hope you guys like this video. Thank you so much for watching and for being here. I appreciate it. If you'll click subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you can get notified when my next video goes up. I got lots of stuff coming. And if you guys have any suggestions, leave them in the comments down below, and I will do my best to record them, because this year is about doing what you guys want to see. So I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, friends!